Hey there and welcome. This is GamerMom and we're gonna hang out again together with our Space Dudes colony on RimWorld. Here's our colony. We'll get it started, skip through the rest of tonight at a high speed. So the plan for today is to finish up our hygiene system that we're setting up. We did part 1 over here with the water collection. We've got some pipes running through. Oh, good morning, Sheet/Steel, who has been renamed because I kept calling him the wrong thing. So we've got part 1 here, the water collection. We've got some pipes running through part of the main base. And then up here we've got part 2 of the system, which is going to be our sewage outlet. And we wanted to make it out of slate so that if things caught fire, it wouldn't burn up like a wood outlet would do. So we have our slate bricks, so we've just got to get steel to do some building. Looks like he's grabbing some wood. What you gonna do with it, dude? You're storing it there. Well, why not go right away and put it up over here? Oh, maybe you were. Maybe he was putting the extra. Sometimes they'll do that, especially with the, I've got one of the hauling. Actually, I think I have more than one hauling mod. So sometimes if they're bringing some materials somewhere, they'll stop at a stockpile on the way to drop off the rest. Oh, did you have to go inside Bautista and Shadow's room? You couldn't have just done the whole thing outside. That was dumb. Alright, so he's got the first bit. Yeah. Oh, and he's got to have some breakfast. How's our prisoner doing? Let's check on Crocodile up here. Once Shadow wakes up, ooh, he can feed you, but you know what? Maybe we don't want to wait for Shadow. Let's get Steel. Oh, you're not assigned to it. How awful are you at it? Warden, you're not great. Let's at least assign you to it so that in cases of emergency, such as right now, you can prioritize delivering food. Oh, and he was going in their room again. Oh my gosh. I'm almost tempted to like draft him and put him on the outside. Because otherwise you can't decide what paths they will take. They just follow whatever the path kind of algorithms are or whatever. Oh, berries. Why are you bringing berries? I guess we don't have any meals. Can you not bring like a packaged survival meal? I don't like this. And he's gonna drop them and then he's gonna eat them anyways. Oh my goodness. Can you not? I don't like this at all. Okay. Continue, because there's nothing we can do now. Even if we said stop, I don't think he can pick anything up out of the prisoners area. Bautista will have to do some cooking. There we go. But what I think I will do is I'm going to say disallow these packaged survival meals. This is something I've done before. Ooh, yeah, there's Crocodile eating the berries. Don't get food poisoning, please. They can eat berries raw and certain other things raw, but it does have a greater chance of causing food poisoning than a cooked meal. So what I'm going to set up is a stockpile here, and we're going to put the last 2 survival meals there so that they'll be there and they'll be available. And then hopefully they'll still like deliver food to him, but at least we'll kind of have a backup. What's Steel up to? Do you want to haul them, Steel? You're making a stool. Okay, so we're going to change this to low priority. We might just delete it. We'll see. And if I tell you to haul, are you able to haul them? No. So what we'll do is delete this zone. Wait, before you do that, okay, let's have Bautista do it. How come you can't haul them? This is set up, packaged meal. Do I have to allow, even though I've told you directly? I think I do. All right, Shadow. There we go. prioritize hauling. So he's going to stick those 2 meals in there, and they can kind of be our backup meal. It's tricky because once any food is in the prisoner's area, the colonists won't touch it. So look, if I say like consume, he's like, no, it's saved for the prisoners now. I can't eat it. So it's good that there's only 2. We don't even know how to make any more because we don't have that researched yet. So those will be the only 2 that get put in there. And fingers crossed he doesn't get food poisoning. All right, Steel has done some more building. He's just going to keep doing that. That's amazing. We've got this to set up because Shadow is now a yeoman, and he's going to work his way up the ranks and become like a royal person, which is awesome. He'll get some special powers, so that'll be great. So Steel's going to do some building. And I thought another thing that I want to set up next is the guest area, because the hospitality mod is a really amazing one to get going. You can really get some good stuff that way. You can also make money by selling things to your guests. Like, it's really, really helpful. So why don't we set up the blueprints at least for these. We're going to have this room here. And we'll move our power stuff. Let's see. Maybe I want to put it where the freezer is going to be. Yeah, that could work. Let's get this set up with the wood. And we're going to build some beds. Oh, and do we have cotton? That was something else. I had wanted to plant some cotton. Not yet. Okay. So that's something I wanted to do. Why don't we do it over here, because we've got some fertile soil. Let's do a nice big cotton area here, because we'll have some beds and we'll want to make some sheets for them. I'm glad I changed Steel's name, because if his name was Steel Sheet, short for sheet torn, that might get confusing when I'm talking about actual sheets. So as I was saying, if we're gonna make some wooden beds, I have the mod for that. I think it's called Soft Warm Beds or something like that. It's on my mod list. I've got my mod list on in the description now for every video, so you can look that up. So what that does is that it uses your fabric and your materials and cotton and things like that to make sheets for beds, to make them like actually comfortable, because it kind of doesn't make sense to be like, I'm building a bed and it's 100% made out of wood, and then in the like regular version it just comes with sheets on it somehow. It's kind of a bit silly, right? So we're going to squish a whole bunch of beds in here for like our original guest kind of barracks almost. And then later on down the road we can maybe build some tiny little guest cottages around someplace. They like it more if they're on their own, obviously, if they don't have to share a bedroom, just like our colonists prefer that as well. Alright, so to move our things, our batteries are doing amazing, which is great. We've got decent power. Even if we are not even using our wood-fired generator at the moment, our wind turbine is generating enough power, so that's awesome. So let's set up this freezer area. Maybe we can temporarily use it for power. That'll work well, because yeah, we won't need too much room in the freezer right now. Later on, when we get to be, you know, cooking more complicated meals and things like that, we'll want a little more freezer space. And we're also eventually going to double wall it. That's why I've got these 2 colors here. We've got the blue on the outside and the kind of teal on the inside. It will be like a double walled freezer. It just helps keep the cold in and keep it better insulated. You will have things like power outages, solar flares, eclipses, heat waves. You know, there's lots of things that can happen that can affect the temperature of your fridge / freezer. So you want to kind of do as much as you can to keep the cold constant. There, I'll just do it to here because we've got the natural terrain here. We've got the mountain in the way, so that's fine. We've got to run some power there. Okay, we've got some here. That's not too bad. Let's do this, and then we'll connect it kind of here. And we'll put a door there because eventually we're going to be accessing it from the other side. I've got an airlock type deal on this side with the kitchen and the butcher area. This side we're just going to have like the beer brewing area and like a drug lab maybe. So I don't think I'll do an airlock, but we'll see. We'll see how much use we get out of it. So let's move this around. We'll do this. Stash them here, and then we'll have a nice clear guest room. Now, how is our wood supply? Oh good, we've got lots of wood. We were really low on wood. I don't know if it was last episode or the episode before, but we were running low for a while. Where am I going to put the power? Maybe I'll do this, and I'll mine up this stuff here because this gives us components. So this is actually the best to mine up. And then we'll do this as well, and then we'll put our power generator right there. Oh, already the end of the day. How did Steele's building go? Oh, he didn't quite get to the outlet, but that's okay. He got the pipes, so that's pretty cool. Oh, and this is working now because we have our other pump. We've got the electric pump. That's working a lot better. Remember when we only had the wind pump, it was barely getting anything at all. So this is working a lot better. It is connected to our latrine, I'm pretty sure. It does, you know, you can use it with a latrine. Oh no, it's not connected. That's just as well, honestly, because as I was saying before, oh yes! Oh, that's so exciting! Oh, I love this kind of stuff. I find it so cute. Shadow and Bautista are engaged. They will have a marriage ceremony, invite all the colonists, so Steele. Or maybe Crocodile. Maybe Crocodile will be another guest, because otherwise, how awkward for Steele. He's constantly been the third wheel this whole time. And Bautista is going to change his last name to Blackthorn. Interesting. So he's going to take Shadow's last name. Neat. What was Bautista's last name is Bautista. That's going to be a little weird, because if he changes his last name, it'll be like, well, where the heck did he get that nickname from? I wonder, do we want to call him Hero or something? I'm going to think on that. Maybe when the wedding happens, and he doesn't have the last name Bautista anymore, we can think about that. If any of my 2 viewers are watching and have an opinion about this, feel free to post in the comments. Should we change Bautista's name to Hero or another name? What do you think? All right. So let's keep getting the guest room ready. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so here the latrine isn't connected. That's fine because, as I was saying, the stuff is actually useful. I guess I haven't emptied it yet because I don't believe we've created a zone for that stuff, for the waste. I guess we haven't, unless I've, completely forgotten, which is possible, but let's do that now. So we're going to create a dumping zone that's the same size as the sewage outlet space. So it'll dump right into that space. And we're going to make it only for waste. So right now we'll have it for all waste. The sludge is what's created directly, so that'll be the stuff they get out of the latrines. But later we can get a compost. If we research it, we can get a compost, which will turn the sludge into biosolids, and then we can use that on our fields as a fertilizer, which is honestly super helpful. There's also bed pans. I find them kind of annoying because there's a message that tells you when things are deteriorating, like this. If things are sitting outside too long. I think it's when they go below 50. Oh man. We gotta get these guys hauling a little more. They're leaving stuff in the field. Let's get Shadow on hauling as well. Is there anything that they're doing? We don't need stone cutting as much now. It's not as much a priority. So this should help if they do hauling as a priority. It might put Shadow on cleaning. We'll see. Research is still really important right now, but we'll see. Alright. Crocodile has eaten one of the 2 meals already. That kind of sucks. Yeah. Alright, well, at least we'll try to keep cooking regular meals. Maybe I'll increase those. Yeah, let's increase them now that we have another person. Let's do 12, and then we'll have extra. Oh, and our manager desk is done. That's very helpful, because yeah, I have a really terrible memory, so it's hard to remember all the stuff that we need to do. So this is great. We can set up our management. But one thing at a time. I was deciding on the floors for here way back a few minutes ago. And we do have lots of wood. That's why I was checking the wood. So yeah, I think I'm just going to do wood floors for now. I like, these are pretty good. They're like 3, they cost 3 wood per tile. I also really like these. They're 6 wood per tile, so that's really fancy. And people like fancy. That'll make our guests happy, even though they're in a, you know, sharing a room with other people, many other people. So that'll be good. And then we'll need a wall along here too, because our fridge is actually a whole room away. Maybe we'll put a steel wall there. I don't know. Let's do wood here for sure. Now why was this was set to be mined, but honestly right now it doesn't really matter. I'd much rather they mine what's inside the fridge. That's more important. I think we've got steel mining, which makes sense. Steel mines are steel. Building, repairing. Yeah, okay. We might have to like kind of micromanage him tomorrow. We'll see how the hauling goes. We'll see how the building goes. Let's skip the rest of the night. Good morning. Oh, and Crocodile's eating the other meal. Alright, that's okay. That's alright. Hopefully we can get Shadow delivering some other meals. Steel's using the washroom. So one of the things I want him to build soon is this sewage outlet. He's doing the campfire. Maybe we'll ask him to do that next. Then we know it's done. And then maybe we'll just micromanage him to get him building these power conduits. We can get this moved around. He can work on the floors, the rest of the walls. Maybe put these steel walls in. Oh yeah, we wanted to put one. Ooh, that's a really crappy wall. Let's get 89%, that's better. And then we also have to remember our plan of adding maybe 1 or 2 walls per day to the home area so that he can repair them. So let's do these 2, and we'll try to keep doing that. Alright, so while Steel is building away, did he get this done? Oh, he delivered, but he didn't finish the work. He's got to maintain the stove. There's a lot to do. Alright, well let's micromanage this, because these are really quick at least. Super quick. We'll get you to build at least those, and then you can tuck these batteries here. Do some mining. I'm just going to like tell him everything. There you go. Do all that stuff, Steel. Meanwhile, Shadow and Bautista are awake, so we'll keep half an eye on them. But meanwhile, I want to set up the bathroom a little bit. So now that we have our hygiene stuff, we are going to add a toilet and a sink and a shower. So I believe we have granite. It was slate and granite is what we have. So here we have steel. Did we have slate walls anywhere? No. We just have the slate hygiene outlet. So it doesn't really matter which one we do. Let's do slate. I like slate. So we're going to do a toilet. We're going to do a sink. And we'll do a shower. And I'll wait until they're built before I delete or, you know, uninstall the other stuff. So part 2, water collection. Part 3 is the outlet. Oh, which we've got to get steel to actually build. I'll wait till he's done all these other things that I've told him to do, because he might want like a break. He might want some personal autonomy to do what he wants to do. Shadow's busy chatting with Crocodile. How much is left? We could really use another member. 9. Ooh, that's gonna be a few days. Man, I think it's because it's so crappy in here. Let's get at least some tidying up done. Might help a tiny bit if he's not like walking around in his own blood, do you think? Perhaps, guys? And then let's get Shadow to bring some things in. I think the rice was in really awful shape. Worse than the berries, so we'll get him to bring in a bunch of that. It's so tough at the beginning because there's so much that you want to do. There's like 1.5 million things, but you only have 3 people. That's why I kind of like, not cheat, but you know, I kind of make sure that my first 3 colonists are like the absolute best possible people without health problems or lots of other stuff going on, because it's just so important. Like if you had one of these guys was sick right now, or slow, or you know, addicted to drugs, or didn't have a left arm or whatever, like that's it. There's only 3 of you. There's no community, there's no rest of the world to kind of carry some of your weight temporarily. Like in real life, if someone's sick, we can kind of be like, oh, I'll help you and later you can help me, but this is it. You guys are alone on this planet, other than factions nearby that aren't necessarily going to come and be neighborly and do all the work for you. So okay, Shadow's hauling. I didn't even tell him. Oh no, I told Shadow, but did I tell Bautista? Anyways, they're getting some hauling done, so that's wonderful. What I'm gonna do is turn off these fields because we have a decent amount of berries and rice. And then when they do have time to do some growing, they will do the cotton plant because we need to get those started. Great. Awesome. And how's our meat supply? We have 35, so we will want to go hunting soon. Let's take a look. See, there's just so many things. I don't want to hunt horsies. I just love the horsies so much. Do we still have our pack? Oh, they're getting close to the corner. Do our guys have enough to tame them yet? 11. Maybe I'll grab like 2 horses. Maybe I'll grab 1 male, 1 female. Because they don't need... Oh! A wild man wandered in. Interesting. Jake. Hello. Oh, and here's some animals to hunt. Okay, well that solves that problem. Don't let me forget about the horses. Hi, Jake. Tell me about yourself. You're 52. You're a wild man. You're super immune. That's good. You're a misogynist. That sucks. But you have decent skills. Yeah, you know what? I think it'd be worth it. I don't know if anyone has skills enough to tame you, but I think it'd be worth a try. We could really use the help. Even if you just come and do some building and maybe a bit of cooking. Yeah, I think it's worth it. Wooden hand, bite scar, little bit of pain, 80 manipulation. So that might slow down his cooking, but it's not like he's a, crafter or anything. Yeah, let's see how that goes. I think it was taming animals is pretty high up on the list for Shadow. So he's going to spend some time with Crocodile, and then maybe he'll go off and tame Jake. That's pretty cool. Bautista's doing some harvesting. Oh, and I'll show you the tomatoes. So this is what I was talking about, how you don't have to replant them. How cool is that? So when he harvests them, they're at 30% already. So they don't have to start from scratch, they don't have to be replanted. So it's a little OP, but you know, it's very helpful early on. I usually kind of use those early on, and then I get rid of them, especially in biomes where there's a winter. You kind of sometimes end up losing your crops anyways over the winter, so you know, you might as well just plant something different the next spring. This still needs to get done. Steel is having a lunch break, dinner break, something like that. Refilling the wash tub. All right, okay. But how about after that, you come and build this, please and thank you. Oh, he's doing Crocodile's wash tub. Makes sense. Awesome. Oh, and we have space now. This is mined out. So we've got room to move our power. Actually, we better put it right next to the wall. This can go right next to the power thing again. It's good, like I said, it's good to have kind of one battery that's attached automatically and the rest on switches, so that you can save them. So we'll let these fill up a tiny bit more, and then we'll turn off the switch so that if there's lightning or fire or something that disrupts the power, we won't lose all of this nice power we've been saving up for a few days. Go Steel! Awesome! Thank you! Okay, back to hygiene. So he's working on part 2. Obviously we have the bathroom, but part 3 is the hot water, because for things like shower and bath, excuse me, you need hot water. You don't just need like sinks and toilets. They're fine with just this system. Collect the water, spin it through the pipes, send out the waste on the other side. That's enough, that's fine. But for a shower or a bath, you need a hot water system. So let's set that up. I think I'm going to put it maybe right across, because we've got this space now. This would be enough for batteries. Yeah, let's see what we can do there. I am going to make a little room that's enclosed. Maybe I'll make it the same size as a bathroom. We'll have to choppy this tree. Maybe Bautista will come and do that because he's faster than Steel. Oh, hey Shadow, thank you. You did our hunting. Did you happen to see Jake while you were out there? Now the only thing I find really annoying is that the game doesn't seem to distinguish between a wild man and an actual animal. And you know how when your people go out to tame animals, sometimes they will bring kibble to try to be like, oh here, I'm going to give you some, you know, dog food or whatever to get you attracted and calm and whatever. And for most animals, like that's fine. Like if I was actually taming like a bird or a raccoon, they'd be like, yum, kibble, I enjoy that. But like people, like no thank you. So if we ever see like 8 kibble here, it's gonna have like a mood, I keep forgetting what it's called, the opposite of a mood buff. He's gonna have a negative there. So hopefully Shadow will use berries, because berries can be safely eaten by humans and animals and don't make people sick. Hey, guys are having dinner together. Nice. Are you just hanging out? Oh, you're hanging out, Steel. Okay, good for you. At least you're getting enough recreation. I'm sorry you have to be a third wheel all the time, but it's something. Might want to get some floors here soon. How's our guest area coming along? Okay, you've gone to bed. Alright, whatevs. How's Shadow? He's going to bed too. Ooh, see, yeah, here we have some visitors that could have come if we had beds. So we'll send these guys away for now, and fingers crossed that the next time we're going to be ready for them. Alright, so let's do this. Let's set up this little area here for hot water. So let's take a look. So we have pipes. Oh no, we don't have pipes. They go up here. Do I want to move it over? Yeah, I think I do. Let's just move it on over here. We've got a pipe here. Yeah, we can put it here. It's cool to have it all together. So you need a hot water tank to collect your hot water. That can go somewhere along here would be good. Let's just do right here. That's fine. And then we're going to do a solar heater. Again, there's different options. You can do electric, you can do gas. I like solar because unless you've got an eclipse or something, it's pretty reliable. It'll heat quite a lot of hot water. And later on, it's good to, especially if you can tame some boomalopes and get a gas boiler going, that's a really helpful backup. I find if I have like maybe 2-3 boomalopes, that's enough for like a gas boiler and a backup power unit that takes chem fuel. And I usually end up stocking up, 200 units of chem fuel even with those. So it's a good way to do it. But for now, we'll go with the solar heater. It's only 75 steel. And unless we have an eclipse, it'll usually be enough to keep the hot water going. We might want to build a second tank or a third tank eventually as well, so it can kind of heat up more water during the day to be used at night. But we don't have any night owls anyways. People aren't generally going to be showering at night, so this will be enough for now. So that's almost everything you need. The only other thing you need is a thermostat. And for that, we need to put it on a wall. So as I was kind of talking about before, I think what I like to do is create kind of a bit of an enclosed space. I'm actually going to put it one more down so that I can move this, because I would like to put a wall here, but I don't want to block this. So I'll move it, and we're going to leave it open to the sky because obviously we've got like a solar thing here, and we need to open to the air because we've got the power, the wind turbine there powering it. So let's put the door, I guess here is good. And then later if we want, we could put like a really basic simple floor. We could do like a barn floor or a wide wooden floorboards. They only use 2 wood per tile, so that's a pretty good way to do it. Let's set this up to be moved, and we can get steel to do that tomorrow. That should still connect to the pipes. Yeah, if we picture like 2 pipes there and 2 pipes there, it'll all connect. Awesome, and then we'll change our growing zones. This we'll have to add after it is moved, but for now, we can do this. Amazing, and we're gonna leave those turned off as well. Later I might grow, like this is good for growing like little small things, like you can grow sugar cane for sugar or spice, allspice to make spices. So it's good for tiny things like that. Ooh, and we have an apple tree over here. Let's harvest some apples while we're over. Nice. All right, are we almost done our night? Almost. How's Crocodile doing? He seems to get hungry in the morning. Yeah, let's keep an eye. These need to get brought in. These are pretty freshly harvested. Okay. And this we said we were going to close off soon. Nice. All right, let's do a little bit of a quick thing, but yeah, there's Steel. He's already awake. Another busy day for you, buddy. You've got so much building to do. Hopefully Shadow can tame Jake and or recruit Crocodile, because that would be so amazing to have some extra help. Hey, we do have our sewage outlet. So actually, you could build the toilet and the sink pretty soon. All right, go flick that switch. And then how many? 110. This is only 15. Yeah, why don't we get you building the... All right, maintain the cooler. Then let's build the toilet and the sink. We're running low on steel. Do we still have a little pile down here somewhere? We do, 120. All right, and then what we could do is deconstruct this. This will give us some steel and some components, which come in very, very handy, especially early game. Oh yeah, and horsies. I was gonna maybe pick 2 of you. Okay, you're nice and young. I like to pick young animals. And it's good to have 1 male, 1 female. Oh, you're a healthy young stallion. Do we have one? Was one of the black ones relatively young? What do we have? We have a nice dark brown female horse. These ones are female. The white one is female. I'd really like a black horse. Yeah, okay, so let's do this. Black horse that's male, brown horse female, and then, you know, at least we have 2. They don't require really anything other than a bit of time to train them, to keep them tame, so they don't revert back to the wild. But they can graze on grass. They don't need to eat your food. Awesome! Steel's building our bathroom. So exciting. It's so nice when they get like a real bathroom. Especially when they get the hot shower. That adds a real mood boost for sure. What's he working on next? Do we not have enough for the toilet? You just need to spend some more time, eh? And then we can get him working on this. Oh yeah, okay, after you move the toilet, or after you build the toilet, can you move the wind pump? Because I don't want to forget about that. Excuse me. I'm still working on my cold. I had a really interesting week. I actually went to get tested for COVID because this cold, I've been working on this darn cold for like, it's been at least a month, because I remember having it at the end of first semester in the fall, and we're now into second semester in January, so I know I've had it at least a month, if not like 5-6 weeks. And then I started having like other symptoms too, and I'm like, you know what? I better check just to be sure. And I'm sure some of the symptoms were like in my head, because, you know, you get paranoid when you start hearing all these things and you're like, oh my God, I have like a bit of a cough, or, you know, I'm waking up with a sore throat. And most years like that would happen over the winter and you wouldn't think anything about it. But this year, because it's a pandemic, you kind of freak out over every little thing. So I got tested, and wow, it was a kind of a really bizarre, strange experience. I gotta say, it wasn't that busy. It was at like a high school. It wasn't that busy. There was maybe only a dozen people there while I was there. People were pretty like, you know, the health team, the staff, like everyone was pretty efficient. They knew their protocols. They were like, okay, go here, answer these questions. You like sanitize your hand about 50 times throughout the process. But yeah, I was pretty impressed. It was a little like unnerving, because like that's the thing I find really like frustrating, in that in order to get tested for COVID, you kind of almost have to risk like increased exposure to COVID. Like there was a young woman 2 people ahead of me in the line, and it wasn't that private. Like honestly, like we were kind of like going down a high school hallway, and then there was like a staff person with a computer set up at the end. But they had us line up like pretty close. Like honestly, you would think with like confidentiality and stuff that they would kind of leave a buffer, but maybe they didn't want to take up more space in the high school. I personally think they should have, but you know, what do I know? I know nothing about the process. That's not my field. So but yeah, so like people could kind of hear you answering the questions, and like the young woman, like 2 people ahead of me, they were like, oh, you know, have you been exposed to anyone with COVID in the past little while? And she's like, oh yeah, my whole family has COVID. And it was like, holy crap, like I don't want to be near you. And they have to like, you're kind of like down this hallway that has a dead end. So you line up down this hallway, you're at a dead end to talk to the staff. And then like you have to turn around and come back past the lineup. So it's kind of like, oh my God, like I don't even want to breathe right now. Like that's a little scary, because that's like, you know, your whole family, like you're pretty sure, and she had, you know, symptoms or whatever. So I don't know, that was the only thing about the whole experience. Also, it hurts. People don't tell you this, like it hurts having the swab like shoved up your nose and down your nasal cavity. Like it's not just They don't just like rub it around the inside of your nostril. They are like shoving it down your nasal cavity. Like it's not pleasant. So definitely, if you don't have any symptoms and you haven't had any contact, that's kind of, they have like different levels, and that's like level green, at least here in Canada. No contact, no symptoms is like green, and it's like, what are you even doing here, you know? They don't recommend that you get tested. I was level yellow because I had some symptoms, but I hadn't had any contact, and I haven't been, you know, traveling or anything like that. I don't work in an essential field. I'm a student, and I don't work outside the home for the stuff that I do, very, very part-time. So yeah, it was, that's my story. That's my like COVID experience. All right, well, oh, Steele's trying to have a shower. Okay, well, you know what? A cold shower I think is better than no shower. However, yeah, you're not happy about that. Instead of building some floorboards, why don't you come and build our hot water system over here, so that guys don't have to keep having cold showers. Bautista's chopping you some wood. You can build this little area. Alright, so after you build that, can you build... Oh, you need more steel. Okay. Steel needs steel. Oh, and he had a packaged meal. Neat. Steel needs steel, had a packaged meal. Yay! Oh, we have one of our horsies! Yes, yes, yes! Okay, Steel, I'm sending you down here. Here's our horsey! Okay, what do we want to name her? Usually I name the animals like the same letter as their type of animal. So I have like Alan the alpaca, and like Betty the bunny, and like, you know, stupid stuff like that. Horses, I'd like to do like Z's and X's and stuff like that. So maybe I will name her... Maybe I'll name her Zoe. And then if we get a horse, maybe the male horse can be named Xander if we get a stallion. All right. So we need some steel. Let's make sure we get that. Next week, I'm going to try to remember to set up the management stuff so that, you know, whenever we're low on steel or wood or anything, it'll just automatically get it. All right, so he's grabbing some stuff there. We'll get him to haul the steel. Yeah, so low water temp, because we don't have the solar water heater yet. So we'll get him to do this. You know what? Here, haul this instead. Oh, it only gives you 30. I don't know if that'll be enough, because we need 75. 30, 62 is 92. Okay, we'll have enough. Perfect. Wonderful. So that'll be great. And then we'll put a thermostat. I think it still can be used without a thermostat. It's just if you want to change the temperature, you need a thermostat, but we will test that theory. So he's going to drop that off. Before you do that, can you just build this real quick? Because maybe Bautista or Shadow would like some hot water before they go to bed. Maybe they'd like a bedtime shower. Nice. Awesome. So let's check here. Yeah, so there we go. I guess maybe like 6 o'clock at night. I don't know if we had enough sunset here. Water temp 100%. So I guess it was enough to heat it. Let's see how it goes. If someone has a shower, we shall see. All right, and how's the guest area coming along? Oh, and we still got crap in there. Refueling the campfire again. I think we should switch the campfire now that we've now that we don't need to cook on it anymore. What I'm gonna do is uninstall this. There's another type of campfire. I can't remember which mod it's with, but there's another kind, the stone campfire, and it produces less heat but more light and burns out slower. So I think that means that you don't have to refill it as often with wood, which is good. I keep accidentally rhyming tonight. Sorry about that. So let's do this. I guess, okay, sure, refill it one last time. Then can you uninstall it and build this one, and then you can hang out. Or you're going for a walk. All right, go for a walk. Get your recreation. I think you're not too bad. I did add their extra work shift, so they are working 9 hours a day. You're working hard, guys. I appreciate it. Oh. All right, Shadow's taming Jake. Let's see how it goes. Cross your fingers, guys. This would be amazing. We really need the help. Slept in the heat, slept on the ground. We can offer you comfort, Jake. Join us. All right, let's see. And then I think we'll wrap it up for tonight. My timer's at 45 minutes. I really don't want to go over an hour because I just don't want to keep you guys for that long. I've been good so far. All of my episodes have been under an hour. Calming noises, talking to himself about maces, okay? Gesture gently. Please, please, please. This would be so cool. Oh no, Kibble! Shadow! Oh, gross. Tame failed. Well, no kidding. Don't give him Kibble, you weirdo. Ah. Poor Jake. He's probably going to have the thing. Look, 8 Kibble. I had to eat animal kibble. It's like I don't get to be human anymore. Well, I mean, like, you're a wild man, so you're kind of not acting like a human right now anyways. We don't know what happened to make you wild, but still. All right, well, you know what we can do? Let's do this. Oh, Zoe's sleeping in our dog's, okay, right. Thanks, Zoe. Anyways, what I was going to say is I'm going to do this. I'm going to disallow the kibble, so that means Shadow will only be able to pick up other foods. Where did our meat go? Did we use it up already? We had that elk or whatever. Alright, my goodness. So many things to do. Anyways, so Zoe, we're going to have to move you to the animal area, which I don't know if we have it set up yet. Animals? No. Let's set up something. Let's just have you up here is great. We'll make sure you don't go down to the field, because later we might grow food. Alright, sorry Zoe. That's for the dog. You can't be there. Need warm clothes. Oh man, the summer is flying by. Jugust is almost over. No, it's not. It's the 11th. We have 30. Are they 15 or are they 30? Oh, they're 15. It is almost over. Shoot. And then it's going to be Septober, and we're going to have fall. So we're going to have to start a sewing thing and making them some jackets. See, there's so much to do. It's crazy. Workbench. Oh yeah, we've got the new fire. So we can put the food and just suspend it. Copy, paste, suspend. Okay, I'm going to leave it here for tonight. Very cool. So yeah, so this is our hygiene. We pretty much have it set up. We've got water collection, we've got hot water production, we've got our first little bathroom, and we've got our little sewage outlet. It's already producing sewage. Why is it leaking this way? That sucks. Not happy about that. Oh well, what can you do? Keep everyone away from there, I guess. That's why I didn't want it too close to our base. Alright, so this is where we leave off for now. Thank you so much for watching. And I can't wait for next episode. Hopefully we'll have at least 1, maybe 2 new colony members if our prisoner is successfully recruited. Ooh, yes, we should have Crocodile next episode for sure. So stay tuned for that. That'll be episode 7, I believe. And should be exciting, and we'll also hopefully get to set up our hospitality area and have our first guest, maybe. Fingers crossed. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Take care.